Hello. It's been a minute. I know. I've been hella slacking. I know. And there's not really too much of a good excuse for it. It's a mixture of like not feeling it, you know? Like I just been, I guess you could say like kind of like in my head too much about just a bunch of shit. So I've been hella distracted. More importantly, I've been hella just lazy and slacking off. Because I don't want to say that it was just I've been in my own head would be like to dismiss too much of like to dismiss it too much, you know. Sorry for the repetitiveness there, but like I don't want to make it sound like oh yeah I was feeling a little down so I decided not to do it, because that's a part of it. That's not all of it. Because I was being hella lazy and slacking off. I will not deny that shit. But yeah, like couple of like like friends who mentioned it to me, or like the Discord buddies and shit. And just like, oh, where the videos been? I was just like, damn, I've been slacking. Another part of it is also that I've just been kind of hanging out with my housemates more, and been having fun with them and shit. Played a couple of matches of Monopoly or just kind of kick back and chill. So yeah, I got caught up doing that. Just pretty much getting caught up in not being productive in the realm of making videos. Essentially is what's going on. So yeah, I gotta work on that shit. And I don't know if I mentioned this shit, but I said I was gonna start jump roping. And I haven't jump roped in a while, but I made hella progress on that shit when I did. Like, yeah. A part of it is just like, I don't know, for some reason, I don't remember where I got the idea exactly, but there's like hella benefits to jump roping. And I feel like it's another like cardio thing you can do without, excuse me, actually going out to run. For some fucking reason, I convinced myself I shouldn't jog or go. Goddamn, excuse me. I shouldn't go out for a sprint or a jog. But like, I don't know. And for some reason, I think jump roping is cool. And I was actually reminded about jump roping because I was watching this anime. I think I mentioned it a while back, called Monster. This is crime, mystery, thriller type shit. Which was, like, at first it was really cool. Don't get me wrong. But overall, it gets kind of boring. And there's certain aspects of the show that get repetitive. Like there's like a new mystery or like an opportunity to present like what makes the main character so great or so redeemable, essentially trying to solidify or cement the fact that he's a really good person. I don't want to get too deep into this shit. Point is, I was watching that anime. I thought it was good. But over a while, it felt like I just wanted that shit to end. You know, I'm like, all right, let's get to the end of this shit. That's how I felt like when I was watching it. And the ending was okay. It was cool, but it was okay. And let's get back to why I mentioned this shit, right? So I mentioned this shit because in the anime, there's this scene where like the main character is training to learn how to use a gun. Because he's a doctor, he doesn't use guns. So he's training how to use a gun, and then like part of his training was that he has to learn how to do jump rope, and then to do it fast. And I was just like, oh shit, I've been meaning to learn how to jump rope. So then I think like that day or the day after, I just want to go buy a jump rope. And because I work at Target, I could just go buy it like during my shift, before or after, or whatever. So that's what I did. Bought a jump rope and I started jump roping. But I haven't really jump roped that much, but I've gotten pretty good at it. Like I can consistently do it for maybe like 30 seconds to a minute without fail. It's been a while since I've jump roped though, so it's hard to validate that, or maybe I lost some progress. But I could keep jump roping for like, I want to say like up to 20 minutes. Like not consistently 20 minutes, but like I can just keep going at it for like 20 minutes, which is pretty good considering what kind of activity it is. So yeah, like I low-key like already kind of saw the benefits of doing it, like it already boosted my cardio. I say that shit as I'm like kind of running out of breath while I'm talking and walking. Hey man, talking and moving is fucking hard. But yeah, been eating slightly better, I believe. I feel like it's the main thing to come back to. Eating and exercise. Eating, I've been doing better about. Today I for sure need to whip something up because I got some eggs, so I could eat some eggs. Probably gonna egg, spinach, tomato, that shit. Real Italian meal. Yeah, so I'll probably do that. Exercise, I've been neglecting. I'll be straight up with y'all. I mean, I'm not completely immobile because I walk to and from work, not every day, and not every time I go to work, but I end up usually walking to or walking from work, which is like a 30-ish minute walk, I want to say. It's maybe a little bit more than that, but usually it takes me like 30 minutes to get back. So yeah, so it's not too bad, you know. I'm getting some movement in there. Could I get more? For sure. And fucking, this is like a nice little highlight. So one thing about the house I live in, our dynamic for doing chores is like pretty much non-existent because we just pretty much clean whenever we want to. And you could imagine if nobody ever wants to clean, then that should probably get dirty pretty quickly. And that's usually what tends to happen because we all usually just get distracted or just like off the house chores. But the other day, I want to say 2 or 3 days ago, I just started cleaning the kitchen, right? Because I was like, oh, I'm noticing this is getting kind of dirty again. So started cleaning the kitchen. And then my housemate shows up, and 2 of our housemates are coworkers, so they show up together. And then my fucking housemate that showed up, she was like, oh, you're cleaning? Here, I could help you out. I was like, what do you help with? I was like, oh, you could do this. And she helped clean some shit. And then she was just like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna go clean the living room. I'm like, okay, cool. So then I cleaned the kitchen, and then she cleaned the living room, and then she cleaned up the kitchen a little bit. And it wasn't like a super deep clean, which we for sure need to do. But I mean, shit, we got some cleaning done. It actually looked hella nice. I was just like, damn, this shit looks hella nice. Because it's just like, it's either like a bunch of shit is just disorganized or just stacked somewhere, or just like shit needs to be cleaned and wiped down, and nothing has been cleaned or wiped down. But we did that shit, so pretty fucking happy about that. And see what else. I've been reading books. If you read my or I'm sorry, not read. If you watched my video on books, you know that I hella want to get to reading books, and I have been reading books. I finished a book called Flowers for Algernon. I forgot the name of the author. George Keyes, maybe? Daniel Keyes, I think. I forget. I feel like a dumbass, but essentially finished that book. It was a little over 300 pages. I want to say like 315. Pretty fucking good book. Not gonna lie to you. I liked it a lot. Super easy to read, and it had like some pretty good themes in it, which is honestly like the best kind of book. It's like books that can teach you hella important shit, or like kind of like deeper, profounder life lessons, whatever, but also be like really engaging and easy to get into, very accessible to people. I think those are like the best kind of books. But that shit was good, man. Hella liked it. And then and I think that book, like, you read when you're in like some schools, at least they have you read it when you're like in middle school or high school. And when I was in school, I never read books. Even when I was assigned the books, I wouldn't read those shits. Could you imagine that shit? Even in university, I didn't read my fucking assignments. Could you imagine that shit? If I did, I'd be like a fucking 4.5 GPA, fucking scholar, legend, whatever. But I'm not. I'm a fucking slacker. No, I'm just kidding. But no, like, I'm just saying, like, could you imagine if I had read the shit? Just walking and talking is no joke. But I mean, it's good cardio too. But yeah, read that book. Felt pretty good about that. And then I'm starting a new book, which you might have heard of. It's called 1984 by George Orwell. And that book, I've only gotten to page 20, I believe. I would significantly, like, I think I'd like to say it's like significantly longer, but I'm not sure, because I feel like there's way more words on one page than there was in the other book, and I feel like there's more pages. So yeah, kind of interesting so far. I'm sure, like, oops, I don't know where it cut off, but pretty much I was saying it was pretty interesting so far. Just a little battery shit came up. Anyway, from what I heard about, it's supposed to be like a future Actually, yeah, I mean, it kind of gets into that. It's probably a future where like they pretty much there's like exist kind of like a government or like a political party or some shit that sort of controls everything that goes on. Like you can't have opinions. You can't have certain opinions. You have to follow the party's ideals and rules and all that bullshit. I'm doing like a horrible job of describing what this shit is about, but essentially it's like living in a future where like your ideas and opinions are heavily controlled, and you're pretty much like living like fucking robots and shit. And like people could just break down your door any second. You're always being watched over to make sure you're not rebelling from that line of ideas and shit. You know, all types of fucked up shit like that. So yeah, I'm reading it. It's somewhat interesting so far. Like, it's cool. I for sure like the other book better as of right now, but I'm sure it'll get better. That was a good ass book, man. Flowers for Algernon. I should have slapped. Should have had me tearing up at the end too. It's crazy as fuck too to imagine that a book can make me like start getting emotional like that. I feel like it's partially because of the book and partially just because I feel like I've kind of changed and grown in my own ways recently. But I'll probably do that for another video. Talk about those changes of growth. I think what I'm gonna do right now is stop this video. Consider this the update video. Been working, chilling at home, hanging out with my housemates a little bit more, reading, and slightly roping a little bit more. Trying to get back into editing. I was actually doing some editing yesterday when I was in a Discord, but it's really hard to focus on editing when like you're trying to hang out with them, or like other people and shit, with other friends. But yeah, I think I'm gonna record another video, but I'm not sure. I had a couple ideas, but I'm not sure what I'm gonna make it about exactly. But we'll see right now. Anyway, sorry for fucking slacking on the videos, and I will try to do better at this point, because if I make this next video about what I think I'm gonna do it about, it'll serve for like a good reason as to why I want to make these kind of, just pursue this whole YouTube shit in general. Why I might make these videos is, yeah. Anyway, so yeah.